TV and movies? TV. Xbox. Watch TV. 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 TV.
This is how you share your games on PS4. Thanks.
Hey guys! Have you ever wondered how Sony became the dominant force in video games? That was it, my opening. That was essentially what happened. All it took was one mistake from Microsoft and all their momentum was out the window. It did also help that PlayStation was actually, releasing games around this point. This today is what we'd call a foreign concept. Growing up, I was a PlayStation fanboy of sorts. Over time, they've lost me, but we will get back into that. Hold your horses. Just know there is a small 60-person studio in Japan that cares more about PlayStation history than Sony ever has.
Astronaut!
Hell, they might care more than I do, and this shit takes up like 84% of my brain. Sony doesn't care about you or me, though. They're coasting on sweet, sweet inertia. And no matter what we think, they're about to have one of their biggest holidays ever. Because
GTA is going to be dominating the airwaves. It is also going to dominate store promotions. So if you are another publisher, you are not going to be able to pay for promotion that week.
make no mistake, GTA 6, when it releases, will be the biggest entertainment launch of all time. It'll be the only thing anyone will talk about the week it releases, maybe the month. There is one caveat. GTA 6 will not release on a disc. Will anyone care? I mean, some people will. But it will not be a blip on the radar compared to the millions upon millions who will buy this game. Apologies to everyone in rural Wyoming, you will be downloading that file for 6 weeks. Yeah, no more beating around the bush. Alright, unless you've been living under a rock, you know exactly what I'm going to say next. GTA 6 is not the last of its kind. Indeed, starting in 2028, Sony will no longer print PlayStation discs for any new games. It's poetry. The very company that popularized gaming on disc is now beating you with a lead pipe and saying it's your fault. Most seem to agree. This royally sucks. And for the few that don't, you're wrong. This decision gives Sony complete control. Not just over the market, but over the availability, too. This is how you share your games on PS6. Here you go. Now, it hasn't gotten as much attention, but Sony has also announced that the PS3 and Vita stores will be permanently shutting down in pretty short order, too. Don't worry, though. You can still re-download your stuff. For the foreseeable future. That's right. In the same breath that Sony told us, oh, we have control over all your future purchases. Don't worry. You can trust us. They also said, oh, your old games? Who gives a shit about those? I don't know if you knew this, Sony, but at a time when your cadence has dropped to like one new first-party game every 40 years, yeah, it would be nice to revisit some of the old stuff every once in a while. Back to a magical time when first-party PlayStation games actually released. I don't even remember what Nathan Drake looks like. Okay, yeah, I do. He looks like a white dude with brown hair. But you get my point. Games are art, dude. When a film becomes a classic, they preserve that shit in a literal institute. But if you make a great game, Sony can just decide that it doesn't exist anymore whenever they want. We may soon live on a planet without Tumble. And I'm not ready to live in that world. Will Sony reverse course on this decision? It's hard to say. As of me recording this, they've not said anything on social since making this announcement, which is pretty funny. But considering my release cadence, I'm sure that's changed by now. Who's the president in 2030, by the way? Is it Mr. Beast? It should be Mr. Beast. He deserves it. Jimmy, hi. Of course they'll be part of Beast Games. I thought you'd never ask. Yeah, ha. Very, very funny joke, past Matt. This is future Matt here to inform my audience that since I have recorded this, of course, as per my prediction, they have in fact posted again. It has not gone over very well for them. Posted to advertise a fight stick. Currently, 9,500 likes, 58,000 comments. Not going over very well. Not going over very well. Hold on. Let's give it an old click. Let's give it a click. Let's see how it's going. 17 million views on this fight stick. Why won't it let me scroll? Okay, I guess I had to log in. Whatever. Yeah, people are not happy. They're not happy. Look, even Cheetan's not happy. Ooh, he's in a liminal space. He's coming to get you. He's coming to get you. Cheetan's coming to get you. Address him, Sony. Address the elephant. If you had any fucking balls, you would address him. Oh, you would address him. You would address him. You would address him. What you're doing is evil. What you're doing is evil. Dude, people are not letting up. This is not... Look at that, dude. People are not letting up. They thought they could just jump right back in and everything would be A-okay. People are not letting up. You think you can hide from us? You think you can hide from us? Do you know who we are? We're gamers. We're gamers. We don't run from anything. We have all day. Sony, we're unemployed. We'll be waiting. And by the way, I have hemorrhoids. Yeah, Sony's silent, and people are waiting with pitchforks. But honestly, it's hard for me to see a reality where they actually genuinely reverse course on this. They're already retraining people at the disc makey plant thing. Don't worry, guys. I'm an expert in this stuff. I think Sony's betting on people getting distracted and this not mattering in a few months. Personally, I think it will matter. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret about me. I'm actually not that much of a gamer. I'm really not. I'm invested. I listen to podcasts and I nerd out about the nation industry we have here, but I actually don't game nearly enough to even consider myself hardcore. At best, a few games a year come out that I truly geek out over. Your smashes, your crashes, your dogs that are naughty, and maybe Wolf Among Us 2 if that fucking thing ever actually comes out. What made me actually fall in love with gaming was the culture. The culture that Sony cultivated when I was a lonely teenager. I had grown up with Crash, Spyro, and Nintendo, but coming into my own as a teen, I didn't really know who I was or what my hobbies would be. Then I saw Sony blow the roof off of E3 2009, and I was hooked. I knew all the faces, the personalities, I reveled in the amazing shows they would put on, I got excited about things I'd never even play. Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh shit! They're remaking Final Fantasy VII! Nice, have fun, guys. That culture has decayed. Slowly. Over time. I don't even know what Hideaki Nishino sounds like, dude. Hi. Can you imagine? Sony could never. A lot of people wonder why the youngins are addicted to the Fortnites and the Minecrafts and never touch single-player games. Well, allow me to argue it was never a foregone conclusion. It's because Sony stopped caring. The fan events and the press conferences and the tongue-in-cheek videos and the personalities and even kind of the first-party games, Sony, where are they? They prioritized short-term profit over continuing to create an onboarding environment. I've seen so many things I've been a fan of decay over time, but there is one notable exception: the manga and anime series One Piece. Have you heard of it? I've watched it grow in the United States from nothing to a genuine phenomenon. Why? Well, there are a bunch of factors. But perhaps the most underrated is that there was an active fan base, however small, constantly being rewarded for their fandom. Other people took notice. Sony has said it loud and clear. Any long-term benefit doesn't help them anymore. The longtime fans who spent thousands of dollars on discs, disposable. That kid who could have opened Astrobot 2 for Christmas, but won't because their parents don't want them on the internet, who needs them? The small, independent developers who boost their discoverability by putting a disc on a shelf, they won't move the needle. And the collector who wants to preserve their collection forever, psh, nonsense. We don't make money off a disc on a shelf, so it doesn't matter. Except it does. It does matter. It matters a lot. And the PlayStation of 2009 understood that. But this is not the PlayStation of 2009. And it never will be again. Maybe at a time when their next system will be pushing 4 digits, they need their most passionate fans more than ever. I believe with all my heart, this is PlayStation's Xbox One moment. They just don't know it yet.